What's up guys, Dirk here. Happy Sunday. It is February the 7th and I wanted to make a video today about the Ethereum CME futures which are launching tomorrow and what it could possibly mean for the price of Ethereum. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Dirk. Welcome. Subscribe below. Click that notification bell after you do so you can get notified of no BS crypto content and updates. If you've been following the channel for a while, you notice I haven't made a video for a couple days now because always on the 7th of every month I publish the newsletter for the intelligent cryptocurrency members, and this always does take me about a week to write and to research and put together. So during that time I usually don't have time to make the YouTube content. So if you are interested in becoming a member and joining us inside Intelligent Cryptocurrency, click on the first link in the description below. You can sign up for the free masterclass, and on there also you get all the details of how you can join us inside. So Ethereum futures, this is literally launching tomorrow. You can see over here cmegroup.com. This is the futures. Ether futures are coming February 8th 2021. Now, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? First of all, what are futures? Well, futures are basically derivatives of the price of an instrument that allows people to actually bet on the price of that underlying instrument without having to own it themselves. So these futures will allow people to speculate on the price of Ethereum or Ether and benefit on the price movements either up or down without actually having to buy any ETH themselves, without having to, deal with private keys and store it and security risks and all that kind of stuff. So from that point of view, it is very attractive to the bigger investors, right? The institutions, Wall Street, and so on and so forth. Now, the bad thing about futures is that historically they have been known for suppressing or for allowing people to suppress the price or manipulate the price in a much bigger way. And this has happened before in all sorts of industries, with the gold market, also with Bitcoin. We'll jump into that in a second. So the question is basically going to be, are these ETH futures that are launching tomorrow, are they going to be good for the price of Ethereum going forward, or are they going to be bad, right? And you can see over here, so they launched Bitcoin futures on December 18th 2017. Now, as you might remember, December 17th 2017 was the very, very top of the Bitcoin bull market. That was the all-time high on the 17th. The day afterwards, Bitcoin futures gets released on CME and we had a 3-year bear market, right? So that is obviously a little bit concerning. And then there are people thinking, hey, Ethereum futures are launching tomorrow, Ether futures. Is that going to do the same thing? Could this be the top of ETH, and are we going to go down from here? And personally, my opinion is I actually don't think this is going to mark the top of ETH just yet, simply because where we are in the cycle, right? And December 17th 2017, we were 18 months past the halving of the cryptocurrency cycle, right, which already marked a peak. We are now approximately just over 9 months into the cycle, right? So we're only half the time frame in. Bitcoin futures already exists. Institutions are already buying Bitcoin and investing in it. So this is ETH. Personally, I think this is actually going to end up potentially in the short term benefiting the ETH price, right? So we might actually see a big pump as a result of this, because keep in mind, if prices can be manipulated, it means they can be manipulated in both directions. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that prices are going to get pushed down, right? They can also get pushed up first. And based on where we are in the cycle with ETH, I think that could actually end up benefiting. But in the short term, we might actually see a lot of volatility, especially tomorrow and maybe in this week ahead. And we might also see a bit of a pullback first initially in ETH. Everyone thinking, hey, this is maybe going to be bullish and it's going to pump ETH to the moon. Maybe it'll pull back first and then start to pump, right? So you got to be aware of that. Don't make any short-term decisions, I would say, based on this, but it is interesting to be aware that this is actually happening. What has happened with Bitcoin, what has happened with futures in the past, and you can go and research all of this, right? If you are interested in learning more, simply just dig into Google. All the information is there if you want to know what happened with the precious metals manipulation when futures contracts were introduced, and on commodities and Bitcoin and so on and so forth. Go and research that. It's pretty interesting. And yeah, there's a possibility, of course, that this is going to affect the price of ETH. The question is which way. And like I said, I think personally, in the coming months, it's going to help the price of ETH. Obviously not financial advice, that is just my opinion. We'll see how that ends up going. So this is the monthly chart of Ethereum versus the US dollar. You can see over here we had a huge big monthly close. The momentum is definitely bullish. The trend is definitely bullish. There's a lot of power, buying power behind it, and you can see how this is just shooting up. Even this month, we're only 7 days, 1 week into the month already, and we already have a big green candle. And if you remember, if you watched the last video that I did on the 1st of February, I'll link to it up here and in the description below, you'll see that I said it's very possible that Ethereum or Ether is lagging Bitcoin, right, by 2 months. And if we saw what Bitcoin did, the 2 months after it closed the all-time high, the 2017 high, it doubled the all-time high. It went from 20K to 40K. So in that video on the 1st of February, I said if this is the case and ETH is lagging BTC by 2 months, then we could see ETH at $2,800 per ETH by the end of March, right? So far, I mean, since the first, we've already had a big run up. We've already gone over $1,700. So right now, I mean, $2,800, it doesn't sound that crazy anymore. It could actually reach that within the next, say, 2 months or so before the end of March. It is still completely a possibility. Now, what could happen in the short term? Well, you can see even if we do get a pullback, right? Even if we do pull back to that all-time high, it's still completely possible that we get something like that. Right, so a pullback, and that doesn't have to be that crazy, but in terms of percentages, right, we could easily see maybe a 10 to 20% pullback over here, maybe back to this all-time high level like the 1440 or something like that, before continuing higher, right? It could also completely just continue pumping and go straight to 2K from here, but just be aware of that. And yeah, that's basically just my quick thoughts on a CME futures for ETH that are launching tomorrow. We'll see what happens in the week ahead. I do expect some volatility. I do think it's possible we get some sharp pullbacks, maybe, but maybe this just pumps like never before. So you can see over here, Grayscale has actually bought $76 million worth of ETH in anticipation of CME's ETH future launch. So this is obviously huge. There's a lot of people that have been betting on ETH lately, and institutions too. So it's going to be an interesting week ahead. Let me know what you think. What do you think is going to happen with these ETH futures? Are they going to be good or bad for the price of ETH this year? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button, click the notification bell, turn the like button blue, smash the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.